It was supposed to be just another road trip, a late-night drive through an empty stretch of highway, but fate had other plans. That night, as the rain lashed against my windshield and thunder rolled across the black sky, my car engine sputtered and died. The GPS had stopped working hours ago, and there wasn't a single signal bar on my phone. The road was completely deserted, and the silence between thunderclaps felt heavier than the night itself. I decided to walk. Maybe there'd be a gas station or some small town nearby. But after what felt like hours of wandering through cold rain and wind, I saw a flicker of neon light in the distance. Through the storm, a sign blinked unevenly. Silver Creek Motel. Rooms available. The place looked old, almost forgotten by time. The wooden walls were cracked, the roof sagged, and a single buzzing light swayed over the reception sign. I hesitated before stepping inside. The lobby smelled of damp wood and mold. Behind the counter sat an old man, thin, pale, his eyes sunken deep into his face. His smile stretched across his lips, but it didn't reach his eyes. When I told him my car had broken down, he simply nodded and slid a rusted key across the counter. "You're lucky," he whispered. "Only one room left. Room 13. I tried to joke about the number, asking if that was supposed to be unlucky, but he didn't laugh. He just stared at me and said quietly, "Don't open the curtains after midnight." Then he turned away without another word. The hallway that led to my room was dimly lit, lined with old wallpaper that peeled in long strips. Every step echoed through the corridor, and for some reason, every door I passed had scratch marks around the handles, as if someone had tried to claw their way out. When I reached room 13, the air felt heavier. The door creaked open to reveal a small, dusty room. The bed looked like it hadn't been used in years. A cracked mirror hung crookedly on the wall, and the clock above it was frozen at exactly 12 o'clock. Still, I was exhausted and soaked from the rain, so I locked the door and tried to settle in. The room was cold, unnaturally cold, even though I'd turned off the air conditioning. As I lay in bed trying to sleep, I heard it. Tap, tap, tap. The sound came from the window. At first I ignored it, remembering what the old man had said, but the tapping grew louder, more desperate. Tap, tap, tap. My heartbeat quickened. It sounded like someone was trying to get in. I pulled the blanket tighter around me, pretending not to hear. Then through the darkness came a whisper, soft, trembling, and unmistakably human. "Why are you in my room?" I froze. My eyes darted across the room. No one was there. The voice came again, closer this time, as if the person was standing right behind me. My breath fogged in front of my face. The temperature had dropped so suddenly that my fingers turned numb. The broken clock on the wall, the one that had been stuck at midnight, suddenly began to tick backward. The mirror trembled. I could hear faint crying now, coming from behind the glass. I got up slowly, every step feeling like I was walking towards something I shouldn't see. When I touched the mirror's surface, a handprint appeared on the other side. I stumbled back in shock, heart hammering. The crying turned into a low, eerie hum. And then I saw her. A woman's reflection appeared in the mirror, though no one stood in front of it. Her hair was long and soaked as if she had drowned. Her white dress clung to her pale body, and her eyes were hollow, lifeless. She raised her finger and pointed directly at me. Her lips moved without sound at first, then I heard it, faint but clear. "Get out before he comes." Before I could move, the door creaked open. The old motel manager stood there. Only now his face looked wrong. His skin had darkened, peeling in places, and his eyes were black pits of emptiness. "I told you not to open the curtains," he hissed. "Now she's awake." The lights flickered violently, and the mirror cracked. From its shattered pieces, the woman in white crawled out, her bones cracking with every unnatural movement. Her scream pierced through the air, shattering the light bulbs above us. I ran for the door, but it slammed shut on its own. The walls started bleeding, dark red streaks dripping down the wallpaper. Every picture frame in the room now showed the same image. Me, lying in bed, sleeping, while something stood beside me. I realized then the woman wasn't trying to hurt me. She was warning me. The real ghost was the manager. This motel was his trap. He lured travelers in, fed on their fear, and kept their souls locked inside the rooms forever. I grabbed a chair and smashed the window open, shards flying everywhere. Without thinking, I jumped through the broken glass into the rain. I hit the ground hard, rolling across the mud. When I looked back, the entire motel was dark. The neon sign was gone. There was no building at all, just an empty field, as if it had never existed. I ran until dawn, too terrified to look behind me. When the sun finally rose, I reached the highway and flagged down a police car. The officer listened quietly as I explained what had happened. The motel, the manager, the ghostly woman. His expression turned pale. "Silver Creek Motel," he said. "That place burned down 20 years ago. Everyone inside died, including the manager." My hands were trembling. "That's impossible," I whispered. "I was just there." I reached into my pocket to show him the key to room 13. But when I opened my palm, the key was gone. In its place was a small black burn mark. The number 13 scorched into my skin. Even now, years later, I still dream of that night. Sometimes when I drive down a lonely highway and see a flickering neon sign in the distance, I hear a faint voice whispering from the back seat, "Why are you in my room?" And every time it happens, I don't stop. I just drive faster, because I know the Silver Creek Motel is still out there, waiting for its next guest.